Okay, that's better. I made an attempt to videotape before, but I didn't have it turned to selfie mode or whatever. But I feel so at peace here. This is my spot that I come, and there's people doing exercises up there. That's why you hear music. This is kind of a park, a everybody park, you know. And I usually spend time with the squirrels, and the bees are usually around. I don't see them today. Well, that's probably because they cut the grass. But there's a lot of little bugs. But they all have souls and spirits, like, they all have a life. So I learned not to squash any of them. I think that's one of my tests that I have right now. And flies, I think that's another test. Like, we have little tests that we're not even aware of that the Creator sends us, to see where we're at in our consciousness. And I realized a lot of things. I learned a lot of things. How easy we can get pulled back out of our conscious state of peace into the illusion, because the illusion is always sending something at us, right? Kind of like a little test. So it's really important to take time away and go and build a kite and go fly a kite with the children, with the young ones. I don't like to use children because of the fact how I understand why they brought those terms. Because really, if you use those terms, it means that state owns them, not, and they don't. You don't have any say about what the state does to them. So you have to say something like your heirs or your young ones, your you know the beings that came through your portal. When you state it like that, you know, I came up with my own stuff, and the system, they don't have those in their books. They can't, they have no jurisdiction, because I'm the living woman, and I say who I am and what I am, and etc. So I've been getting a lot of tests lately, and I have to come back to the present. In in my heart, I have to come here and breathe, and I stare into the sun over there. It's going down, and I notice, I make note of where the sun sets and where it rises. It's really, really totally different from the beginning of the summer. And they had forecasts for thunderstorms, and I noticed whenever they do that and I decide to come outside anyway, the sun comes out. So we are powerful. So just be you. Get a kite, make some top. You remember that we used to play, yeah, what is that, top? When you put the string around the nail and it had a wooden thing on the top, and you throw it and it spins. Yeah, top. And then we had also the yo-yo. Make some yo-yos. What else? Play jacks, skip rope. Those things bring you back, focus in the moment, and out of the illusions. It brings you back to where you didn't think about all the different stuff they were giving you. They were giving you stuff. Oh, you gotta pay rent, you gotta do this, and it's all a lie. Once you know how to handle it. Like me, I'm dealing with someone who's still on maybe second dimension. I don't know, because he eats a lot of pork and all of that, but I'm not judging him, because that's his level right now of understanding, and it's not his fault. And that is what he chose to do. So he has free will. However, I'm not going to drown with him. I will throw him something, but I'm not going to drown with him. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to drown with him. So I might give him the information. And a lot of people I give information, they ignore it. They just kind of want you to come in with them and drown with them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go back into three-dimensional world of falsehood. It's not even the matrix, it's the patrix, because everything is about these men deciding stuff for the world and making you believe that that's what it is. Mandatory is not law, people, you know. So you how you handle that in the islands or anywhere is you look them in the eye and ask them, do you think you have the right person? Because the only person they have jurisdiction over is the corporate person, and that's just on the piece of paper in capital letters or in black ink. Now, the living, breathing person or being, sovereign being, because once you say you're in your proper person and you're sovereign, they're not supposed to force you, but they might still try it, but that's a violation. And that's putting you under duress, threat, duress, and coercion. So that's even big. Like now you can sue them, and you, of course, it's not in their courts, right? You have to document the date and time, who get the name of the individuals who tell you you have to do this or whatever and try to force you or handled you, whatever they did to you. Put it down in writing, okay? Write two of them so you could have one for yourself, you know? And if you want to send a copy overseas, you might want to write another one. You send it to the people who are giving them the authority, or ask them where they got the authority from, because there's no judge, not that I know of, and so there's no real judge, not one of them. They may call them judge, but they're acting. So I feel so peaceful. I'm just feeling really good. I'm not thinking about anything but just the moment. Wow. The music is not bad either. This is an exercise group up there, man. Anyway, that's my thoughts for now.